This is probably the end of hiring interns because yesterday Anthropic released a feature and now you can literally teach Claude a skill. Not describe it, not prompt it, teach it the way you train a new hire. You know that there is always a moment where it's faster to just do the task yourself than explain it to someone. You no more have to do it. Just screen record yourself doing the task once and Claude watches and learns it. Now it can just do it for you. Hi, I'm Latika and you're watching Tab 47. So in this video, we are going to see what was actually launched, how to use it right now, the stuff people are already automating within the first 24 hours, and the most important thing is how to be careful before you go record everything on your screen. So here's the actual news. On July 21st, Anthropic shipped a feature inside Claude Cowork called Record a Skill. Quick refresher if you're not deep in Cowork already. Cowork is Anthropic's shared workspace product. Instead of normal chat where Claude answers and disappears, Cowork gives Claude persistent access to your files, folders, and apps. Running on Anthropic servers, it edits files, organizes folders, clicks through actual software. It's less chatbot and more Cowork with the computer. Record a Skill is the newest piece bolted onto that. And the pitch is simple. Instead of writing a prompt describing a workflow, you just do the workflow on screen once, and Claude figures out how to turn it into something reusable. So who has it? Pro, Max, and Team subscribers through the Plus menu inside Claude Desktop. Heads up though, it's a phased rollout, so if you open your Plus menu right now and don't see it, that's normal. It's not fully flipped on everyone yet, even on paid plans. Here's the flow step by step. Step 1, open Cowork, hit the plus menu and select Record a Skill. Step 2, you just do the task normally. No script, no narration required, no careful step-by-step explanation required. For example, filing an expense report, replying to emails, or reformatting a spreadsheet. Step 3, once you stop the recording, Claude analyzes the whole sequence, where you clicked, what you typed, which app you switched to, in what order, and turns that into an actual skill definition it can run again on its own. If you have used RPA tools, that is robotic process automation tools, or old school macro recorders, you know the problem. And if you haven't, quick context. A macro recorder is basically the original version of this idea. You hit record, you click and type through a task normally, and it logs exact mouse coordinates and keystrokes like click that pixel 400 to 20, type this click here, then it just replays that same recording exactly every single time. The problem is it has no idea what you were doing, only where you clicked. So the second a button moves, a page reflows, or a pop-up shows up in a different order, the whole thing breaks. That's why most people who tried this stuff years ago don't still use it. It's brittle. The claim with recorder skill is that Claude isn't recording coordinates, it's extracting intent. It's watching what you were trying to do, not just where your mouse was. Now here's a detail that actually matters. Claude doesn't just replay your literal clicks like an old school macro recorder. It checks whether there is already a proper connector, a real API integration for any step in what you recorded. And it will prefer that over raw clicking whenever one exists. So if part of your workflow touches Gmail or a tool Claude has already connected for, it will suggest swapping that step to run through the actual integration instead of pixel clicking through the UI. One early tester, an Anthropic engineer, actually put it so well. You'd be surprised how messy and imprecise your recording can be, and Claude will still pull a coherent skill from it. You don't need a clean take, you don't need to narrate, you just need to actually do the thing, mistakes and all. Now, is that resilience actually going to hold up over weeks and months of website changing its layout? Nobody stress tested that publicly yet. It's smarter than old PR tools, is the working theory right now, not a guarantee. So what are people actually doing with this in the first 24 hours? A few patterns keep showing up, like trading alerts, recording the process of checking a position or a market condition and getting notified. LinkedIn tasks, the repetitive stuff people do on the platform, they never bothered scripting. Email replies, templated but not quite templated responses that still need a human judgment call each time. Expense filing, Anthropic's own example, the task everyone repeats every month and nobody ever automates because writing a script for once a month core never felt worth the time. Have you noticed the patterns in all of these? None of these are complex, high-stake automations. They are long tail of small, annoying, repeated browser tasks that individually never justified writing custom code, but add up to real work hours across a month. That's exactly the gap this fills. It's not replace your OPS team, it's stop doing the repeated tasks every single day. Now let's look at the catch. A screen recording doesn't just capture your clicks, it captures everything on your screen while you're doing the task. If you're recording yourself filing an expense report, that screen might also have account numbers. If you're recording email replies, it might show colleague names, internal threads, stuff that has nothing to do with the actual workflow you're trying to teach. And the honest answer right now is Anthropic hasn't published detailed, specific terms yet for exactly what happens to these recordings, how long they are detained, whether they are used to improve future models. Some early users have already flagged this directly. So until that's spelled out more clearly, the practical rule is just basic screen share hygiene. The same rule would apply to any recorded demo. Don't record a workflow while your screen is showing credentials, unmasked account numbers, or related personal data, even if the task itself is totally fine to automate. And if a workflow does touch sensitive numbers, remember what we covered a minute ago. It's best to be cautious about what goes in the recording. It's not a reason to avoid the feature, it's just think for 2 seconds about what's on the screen before you hit record. So why this matters more than you think. This isn't just a cool new co-work feature, it's the next step in a progression that's been building for 7 years. Let me walk you through it. 2019 prompts. This was the starting point. You type a plain English instruction, write me an email, summarize this, and the model response. That's it. Every single interaction starts from a blank page and the entire burden of communication sits on you. You have to exactly know what to say every single time. Next is 2023. Prompt templates. People realized they were typing the same kind of instructions over and over, so an entire industry sprung up around reusable prompt structures, prompt libraries, prompt engineering courses, the perfect prompt for everything. This was the first attempt to stop reinventing the wheel every single time. But you were still writing words, you just had better words to copy from. 2024 Custom GPTs and projects. Now you could package up instructions, knowledge, and context once into something persistent, a custom GPT, a Claude project. Instead of explaining yourself in every new conversation, this was a real shift from prompt every time to configure once, reuse forever. But it was still fundamentally about describing. You're still writing down in words what you want the thing to know and do. 2025 Agents. This is the year models stopped answering and started acting, taking multi-step actions on their own, browsing, using tools, executing a plan without you approving every single click along the way. Huge leap, but there was still a translation step. You had to describe the goal or the plan clearly enough in words for the agent to go execute it. If you couldn't articulate the process, the agent couldn't run it. And now 2026. Teach by demonstration. This is what we have been talking about this whole video, and notice what's actually different about it. For the first time, you don't have to translate the task into words at all. You just do it. The model watches and extracts the process itself. Every single step before this one, prompts, templates, customs, GPTs, agents, still had the same bottleneck buried inside it. You had to be able to describe a task in language clearly enough for a model to follow. And it turns out that's a real skill. Plenty of people are excellent at their jobs and genuinely bad at explaining it step by step, exactly what they do and why. Ask any expert to write down their own process and watch how much they leave out on things. Not because they are careless, but because you don't consciously narrate it, you just do it. There's actually a name for this in psychology. Tacit knowledge. It's the stuff you know how to do but can't fully put it into words, like riding a bike or knowing which spreadsheet cell is wrong just by glancing at it but can't reason it in words. Most real expertise lives here, which is exactly why just explain your process has been such a bad way to capture what experts actually do. Teach by demonstration removes that bottleneck entirely. It doesn't ask you to be a good prompt writer, it doesn't ask you to be a good explainer. It just asks you to be good at the task which you already are, or you wouldn't be doing it in the first place. That's the actual leap. Not automation got a bit better, it's that automation stopped being gated behind your ability to articulate your own expertise in words, which historically is exactly where most people gave up and just did the task themselves instead. This isn't a random one-off feature, it's part of a direction co-work have been heading in for a while, giving Claude persistent access to a workspace instead of starting fresh every single request. Recorder skill is the next step past that. It turns a one-time task into a standing, reusable, rerunning automation. And that's exactly why the intern comparison actually holds up better than it sounds. Training an intern is a one-time cost for a repeating benefit. You show them once, they keep doing it. This is Anthropic building the same loop minus the person. You show it once, it keeps doing it. No onboarding doc, no let me just do it myself, it's faster, no turnover. Is it going to literally replace interns tomorrow? No. This is day one of a brand new feature, phased rollout, unresolved privacy questions, unproven long-term reliability. But the shape of what it's aiming at, teach once, delegate forever is exactly the thing interns exist to do, even cheaper. That's worth sitting with even if the tech isn't fully there yet. My honest take would be try this now on the small, low stake, repetitive stuff, the email replies, the weekly reports, the things you do on autopilot anyway. Don't record anything touching money, credentials, or client data until Anthropic actually spells out the privacy terms in writing. If you try it, drop it in the comments. What is the first thing you're going to teach Claude to do? I'm genuinely curious what people actually automate with this. If this video was helpful, like and subscribe for more similar tech breakthroughs and join our WhatsApp community to not miss out on it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.